Hello everyone, just a quick video, and it's going to be a workaround for the PC-12 or the PC-24 for the visual approaches for career modes. So there's going to be a little bit of legwork. It's not going to be as simple as the ILS and instrument approaches, but I'm hoping this will help some people out. I'm going to pick two airports here. So we've got Stoneville Airport and what's the name of this one? Roadhouse Airstrip in Australia. So first thing we're going to do, put them into a flight plan. So we've got Stoneville here, a destination airport here. So a little bit of legwork. You want to click the I here, check the runway you're landing on, so 26 in the elevation. You need to take note of this, so 1413 as your elevation. I'll go back to the flight plan, I'll file that and send the route to the avionics. I'll load straight in on the runway here just to make it easier, and I'll see you in the simulator. So we're in the simulator here. So then you want to go back onto your EFB and just again file plan and send route to the avionics. Put the route into your avionics system and hit activate. Next thing you want to do is go onto your approach departures, 26 visual. We want to go straight and we want to insert that and activate that. Then this, just delete this discontinuity. Activate it, so we're flying that flight plan. So on your EFB, onto your departure runway, so click I. You've got the heading of 260 and an elevation of 1413. On your flight management system down here, across, you want to click on this last waypoint that's before. So this is one that's flying to initially. Click on it and hit cross. You want to put at, and your altitude wants to be 1,500 feet above what its elevation is. So 1413 plus 1,500 is 2,913. I'll put that in here. So 2,900. 2913. I'm going to put the speed. I'm going to collect this box. Set our speed at that waypoint at 100. Hit apply and activate that. And then lastly, you want to hit here and hit intercept. Again, you want to intercept at this heading of the runway, so 260. Again, I'm going to make sure that goes to 260. Hit apply, activate, and then I'll take off and I'll get flying on this flight plan and show you what to do when we get to this way. You can see I'm about 8 nautical miles away from that waypoint. We're going to class this as a final waypoint. At this point, I'm going to ensure that auto throttle is on if it isn't already. I'm going to put it in flight management mode. So this is going to slow us down to 100 knots, which is what we set when we cross this. And we just confirmed, because we're in VNAV mode, it's on the V path to take us down to this selected altitude when we cross this waypoint. What we're going to do when we cross this waypoint, we're going to turn this knob to manual and set our speed to 90, which is our approach speed for the airport. And then we're going to go into vertical speed mode. We're going to select the runway elevation on our altitude, which, like we said, is 1,413. So we'll set 1,400. I'm going to set our vertical speed at either 400 or 500. This will take the plane down on an almost 3-degree glide path. The actual vertical speed we need is probably about 470, which we can't select exactly that. So we will then glide down to the runway at that 90 knots at between 400 and 500, just adjusting with this wheel here to ensure that we're not going to hit the ground before the runway. And then when we feel safe to do so, we'll disengage the autopilot and hand fly the plane in. I'll show you how to do that now. So like I say, we're 4 nautical miles away. So when we cross when this gets to about 0.2, we will start doing that. I can select the elevation now because it's on the vertical path. So we said 1,400 for the elevation for the runway. It's set there. And it's just a waiting game, just waiting to cross that that waypoint. If you feel confident enough to do so, you can speed up a little bit so you're not at 110. I just like to go make sure I'm going slow enough to be prepared for if anything goes wrong. At 2 nautical miles, I'll drop flaps and gear. There's 2 nautical miles, dropping the gear. And dropping down to 1 notch of flat. Zoom the map in a little bit so I can see a bit clearer. So this is almost simulating an instrument approach, it's just a little bit more groundwork. 1 nautical mile away. Not 0.5, 0.4, 0.3. So switch this across to manual. I'll scroll this down so the pink number above the speed over on the left hand side of the display here says 93, so that will automatically throttle us down to 93. Cross the runway, so engage V speed mode. Make sure we're going down at between 500 and 400. So now we're looking out for the runway. Be out here somewhere. And now it's exactly the same as if you're doing an instrument approach. You're just going to, when you feel comfortable enough to hand fly it in, disengage the autopilot and hand fly it. You can see we're just nicely dropping down at 500 feet per minute at 93 knots. So we've got plenty of time to adjust or maneuver just in case anything goes wrong. Never actually flown to this airport, so this looks like the runway here. I'll just remove the markers. Yep, there you can see the runway. Make sure we're still on 500 feet per minute. If we feel like we're coming in a little bit too steep, we'll just knock this to 400 and it'll pitch the nose up. Got my runway now, I'm on line with it. And the plane's just nicely bringing us down on that almost 3-degree glide path. This might mean that your landings, you're coming in a little bit slower for your landings, so it might take a little bit more time for the landings, but if you're down and safe, speed isn't always the best thing. You just want to make sure you're doing it safely and you've got enough time to adjust. So at this point I'm going to take note of this. We're at 11, I'm going to disengage the auto throttle. Get ready to hand fly this in. Like I say, whenever you feel confident enough to hand fly it in, you just want to hand fly it in. To disengage the autopilot and drop the throttle down. I'm in control of the plane now. Now it's just a case of manually landing. Haven't done this in a while, so we'll see how this goes. Go throttle to idle, pitch back a little bit. Wheels are down, nose is down. Keep it on the runway. Engage the reverse thrusters. Bring us to a stop. There we go. Yeah, that's how I would do these visual approaches in the PC-12. I know this is going to be useful for the career mode. There is, in the actual plane, you should be able to program them in and it automatically sets your waypoints and you can do it as a instrument approach, but that isn't programmed into Flight Simulator at the moment. So I think this is the best workaround that I can think of to do these. I hope that helps a few of you out. Feel free to like and share this to anybody else that needs help, and I'll see you in the next one.